Okay, managed to come back up to this mine site, and got Mr. Box with me today. It's always good for safety reasons to have a travel partner in the mines. And you can hear the dogs and chickens still. There's a farm nearby. That's why all this noise. So we're gonna go back in here and do a little more exploring. Like I said, mine, when I came up here originally, it was just a quick trip. So I've got my safety valve with me. So we're gonna go in here and see what we can find, do a little bit more thorough exploring of this mine. Okay, so back in this mine once again, and this time we deployed a rope. It may not look like it's steep coming out, but that's just loose sandstone, dirt. So it's a little bit of a challenge to get out of this without a rope. Didn't bring the rope ascender today, that's my bad. So Mr. Box, he's already heading on down. This is his first time to come in here. So this will be my second. And the first time was just a kind of a quick reconnoiter. A lot of old glassware here, right there. So, you know, locals back, some of this stuff looks like it's 40, 50 years old. You know, they just use this as a dump. They did a lot of the old mines back then. So we'll head on further down. And like I said, great headroom in here. So we'll head on further down and see, join up with Mr. Box right there. So very historic coal mine. It was in operation for about maybe about 30 years or so. So I think it quit operation in the early to mid 1930s. So all right. I don't know where that air is coming from back in this mine, but that's good airflow. You can feel it, which is good. Always advantageous to have good airflow in a mine. So, all right, we'll just cut this down and we'll just proceed on down a little further. All right, coming down a little bit further, right here, and you can see some pretty nice fossil remains right here, right there, part of a fossilized tree right there. All right in there. That's where it came from, right there. I think Mr. Box has proceeded on a little bit further. I think just down there is where I terminated my little underground field trip a while back. So, okay, we'll just advance down a little bit more. Okay, so we're way past the point of where I terminated, and Mr. Box is gonna do a reconnoiter over this pile and just see if the slope mine keeps going. We did check out the manway entrance to this mine earlier, and it was closed, so there's nothing to that. We were hoping there was another access point to the mine, but this is it. So he's just gonna take a quick look and see what he can find. How's your headroom?
Well, I'm currently on my butt trying to go over all this collapse.
I see you. All right, well, I'll just hang back here.
Yeah, just give me a second, because I mean, it could possibly end right up here.
Sure.
I just can't tell yet.
All right, well, I'll just wait a few minutes. Okay, Mr. Box came back and he reported no joy. He went a pretty long way on his stomach and found the water line with some old wooden timber support. So we'll just go ahead and make our way on out of here. This held a lot of promise, but they did strip mining on the other side of this high ridge decades ago, and it probably caused a structural collapse of this mine right here the further down you go, because you can tell when you start walking down here, the mine's very well built. Oh, look at that. There's a bat, first one.
Okay.
Hanging out right there. Don't bother me. So we'll check out a few more areas where I went the other day. We're going to hike along the ridge line, look at some of these drift mines and a couple other things I wasn't able to see due to time constraints. So, all right, we'll just start making our way back on out. Okay, so we made it on out of the mine. Went as far as you could go, at least Mr. Box did. So we're gonna reposition to far end of the ridge line here, going through the woods, and see what we can find. But the mine cart rail is right here for the slope, would have gone right out here, and there would have been a wooden loading tipple right here, and the rail line would have been right underneath it. So, but anyway, very historic mine nonetheless. Neat to revisit it again. So we're gonna head further down on the ridge line like I did when I came up here before. Try to go a little further. Okay, so we came back to where I was a few weeks ago, and we're proceeding a little bit further on to what would be the west, and this is another mine subsidence right here, and there's several drift mines going along this high ridge that we're just going to follow through the woods. They were all connected by tramway lines heading to the main rail spur. So Mr. Box has seen this opening right here, and this is either a mine subsidence.
Definitely goes down.
Oh, it does. Let's see.
Can't fit in there.
Oh yeah.
See, watch this.
Oh yeah.
They can go all the way in there.
Yeah. This goes into a drift mine, so this is probably a header, and it just collapsed. But, well, there are definitely more in this area. We're gonna check out I think there's one right up here, just since we're here on this little hollow right here. Check it out. So I'll tell you one thing, haven't seen one deer, not one. And there are deer paths everywhere in these woods, like what I'm on right now. Kind of interesting. So we'll just, yeah, one to the left and one to the right, right here. Yeah, these are two more drifts right here. Yeah, right here and right here.
Right, looks like right down here too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, okay. Well, we'll just keep proceeding on and see what we can find. Okay, we're still tracking along this ridge line here. At least these woods are not bad to negotiate. I'll take these all day instead of the privet. But a lot of deer trails, man. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen this many deer paths. Not one deer. Usually, we're out here doing this, we might see a deer or two. Every now and then, a small herd, but not today. Could be, very well could be. A couple more as these come up till we get to that big one. So we're just slowly checking each one of these hollers out in this long ridge line, And there is one big one towards the end that we're going to look at before we turn around and call it a day. So it takes a little bit of time to get up here. And once you get up here, you got to really know how to utilize your time, and otherwise you won't be seeing anything. So, all right, we'll make our way over this ridge line, this gully here, or the hollow, and over the part of the ridge, and make our way towards what we hope is another big mine. Okay, this is one of the first ones we came across. We're not sure whether this was a drift or a slope. There's scant information on this area, but anyway, this is one right here. And try to go into here and see what we can find. There may be a few inside this deep ravine right here, this holler. So we'll just definitely see what we can find here. Huh.
Big subside.
That looks like a big one right ahead. Man, that definitely looks like one.
Yeah.
Any opening?
We got a small little opening right here. You can't get into it. It'll take a little bit of digging, right?
Okay. All right. We'll check this area out for a few minutes and then proceed to the next one. Okay, so out here in the woods is the remains of an old coal slope mine that operated even up into the early 1950s. And this used to have a just a standard opening, you know, rough rock face opening, and then in the 30s they went in concrete lined the outside of the mine portal, and the hoist house foundation is further back down in the woods, but we're gonna have to come back out here because there's a name on this. Don't want to reveal it yet, but there's a name to this mine, and we wouldn't mind digging it out just to to show expose the name of the mine. And but it's pretty historic. This mine goes back to about 1904, and it was an incredibly deep and long slope mine. Had a huge hoist house back in the woods further away. But anyway, we'll see if we can possibly dig this out at another time, just to expose the name that's engraved on the concrete of the mine. So, all right, and I'll go take some videos of the hoist foundation here just shortly. Okay, this is the hoist house in the woods that connects with that concrete mine portal we found in the woods. So I've got to get across this ditch right here. But anyway, this was the cable hoist house for the for that mine. We're hoping maybe we can come out and dig it out a little bit to at least expose the name of the mine. So let's see, try to go down here and oh yeah, it's heavily overgrown, but this is where the big cable hoist would have sat, right here. So just stuck out here in the woods now. So there would have been a big building surrounding this cable hoist house, and it was electrically operated. So, okay, well, that was neat to see.